So now we're going to take a look at the aircraft exterior lighting. We're going to get that set up. So we're going to come back into Profile Creator. We're going to open up our Fwd Ovrhd again. And then we're going to go into Devices. Select the interface board for our Fwd Ovrhd. And now I know that my buttons run in the 90s and 100s. Alright. First off, I have all of my landing lights set up on this one button right here. As you can see, that's button 92. These aren't hooked up. Alright, runway turn off light is 91 and 90. Taxi light is 89. Logo light is 119. 118 is steady for the position, and then probe and steady. Strobe and steady is 116. So 116, 118. Anti-collision is 115. 114. And the wheel well is 113. So now that we have all our numbers, and I have them all already, we're going to go in and set them up inside the profile. So we're going to go back into Profile Creator, and we're going to go to Input. I'm going to put these in order, and I know my numbers start at 89, so we're going to drop down to 89, and you're going to be adding all these entries, and since I have them, I'm just going to edit them. So 89 is the taxi lights, so you're going to add that. The precondition is going to be empty. The input is PMDG 737. The input type is switch. My input number is 89. Your number may vary. The PMDG event is shown here in the green text. That needs to be copied just the way it is with the underscores. That needs to be exact. The data press is 1 and the data release is 0. 90 is for our right turn off light. The precondition is empty. The input is PMDG 737. The input type is switch. For me, my input number is 90. Again, your number may vary. The PMDG event is shown here in green. Type that out just the way it's written, including the underscores. The data press for me is 1 and the data release is going to be 0. 91 is going to be for the left turn off. Again, the precondition is empty. Input is PMDG 737. The switch type, the input type is switch. The input number for me is 91. Again, it may be different for you. The PMDG event is shown here in green. Type that out just the way it's shown, including the underscores. The data press for me is 1 and data release is going to be 0. 92 is the landing lights, and the precondition is going to be blank. The input is going to be PMDG 737. The switch for me is 92. The event is going to be the landing lights, as you see here in the green text. Just copy that out exactly the way it's shown, including the underscores. And the mouse press is going to be a left single, and then the mouse release is going to be a right single. Next, we're going to jump up to 113 to 116. And 113 is our wheel well lighting. And again, the precondition is going to be empty. The input's going to be PMDG 737. The input type is switch. My input number is 13. Your number may vary. The PMDG event is shown here in the green text. Just type that out exactly the way it's written, including the underscores. For me, the data press is going to be 1 and the data release is going to be 0. 114, precondition is going to be empty. The input's going to be PMDG 737 and the input type is switch. For me, the input number is 114. The PMDG event is shown here in green text. Put that in just the way it's shown, including the underscores. As for your wing lighting, and the data press is going to be 1 and the data release is going to be 0. 115, your precondition is going to be empty. Your input is going to be PMDG 737. The input type is switch. For me, my input number is 115. Your number may vary. And this is for the anti-collision lights. Make sure that that PMDG event is typed out just the way it's shown here in the green text, including the underscore. The data press is going to be 1. Data release is going to be 0. 116 is up next. The precondition is going to be empty. The input is going to be PMD-G737. The input type is going to be switch. My input number is 116. The event is going to be for the strobes. And as you can see in the green text there, that needs to be typed out just the way it's shown, including the underscore. And we're going to have a data press of 0 and then a data press of 1. And we're going to go to 118, 119. 118 is for the position strobe. The precondition is going to be blank. The input is going to be PMD-G737. The input type is switch. My input number is 118. Again, your number may vary. And the PMDG event is shown in the green text. Make sure you type that out exactly the way it's shown, including the underscores. My data press now is going to be 2, and the data release is going to be 1. And 119, the last item in this entry, is for the logo lights. And the precondition is going to be blank. The input is going to be PMDG737. The input type is going to be switch. The input is going to be 119. Again, your number may vary. And the PMDG event is shown in the green text. Type that out exactly the way it's shown, including the underscores. And for this, my data press is going to be 1, and the release is going to be 0. And that sets up all of the exterior lights. So we're going to save that, and then we're going to run this particular entry. Okay, let's have a look at our switches. Like I said, my landing lights are all on this one switch. They come on and off. We have our left and right runway turn off lights. We have our taxi light. We have our logo light. We have our position, strobe, and steady. There's steady, strobe, and steady. Back off. And we have our anti-collision light off and on. We have our wing light. And we have our wheel well light. And that takes care of the exterior lights. Okay, up next we're going to finish off the forward overhead by setting up the APU switch, as well as the engine start selectors and the igniter.